Hey everybody, today we're going to be reviewing simple interest and just wanted to quickly remind you that there's two super important questions that we're going to have to ask ourselves, whether it's simple interest or compound interest, and that's the following. First thing we need to ask ourselves is it using the simple or compound formula? We will know this because the problem will say simple or the problem will say compound, so be on the lookout for one of those two words. The next thing we need to know is what is the question asking you for? What does it want you to calculate? Does it want you to figure out the interest or does it want you to figure out the total amount? So let's go through two problems and hopefully that'll spark your brains back. So here's one. Sally wants to buy a new TV for $1,300. She will get a simple interest loan at 2.5% for 5 years. What is the interest that Sally will pay on the loan? Notice how we have that word simple. So that tells me that I will be using the simple interest formula. Then the question was asking me what is the interest that Sally will pay. So I am looking to just get the interest for this question. Quick reminder that the simple interest formula can be found on your bestie. And your formula is I equals PRT. Now, P is your principal. That's the money you start with. So in this case, that would be the 1,300. You're going to multiply that by the rate, which is your percent, which is the 2.5%. You do need that percent sign in your calculator. And then finally, you're going to multiply that by the T, which is your time. In this case, that would be 5. Whenever you multiply this, you would get 162.5 and 50 cents. And this right here, look at your formula, that I stands for interest. So what you just calculated over here is the interest. Since that was what the question wanted, this right here would be your final answer. The amount of interest that Sally would pay on this TV is $162.50. Let's look at this example. Mark is interested in buying a car. The car costs $25,000 and he'll get a 4% simple interest loan for 12 years. Based on this information, what's the balance of Mark's loan at the end of 12 years? So again, looking for my first question, simple or compound. I saw a simple interest loan, so therefore simple is the formula that I will be using. Based on this information, what is the balance? Balance is a vocabulary word that we talked about, and balance means everything that is on that account. So your total is what we're looking for here. Here's how that changes things. Your simple means that you're still using the simple interest formula. So we're using the exact same formula that we did just a moment ago. So still my I equals PRT. That means I'm multiplying my 25,000, I'm multiplying 4%, and I'm multiplying that by 12 because those are my years. Once I do that, I get an answer of 12,000. Now again, what did we just calculate? Look at your formula one more time. It says I equals. That means that this number right here represents your interest. So this is the extra amount of money that Mark will have to pay. Think about if you were the bank. If you just gave somebody $25,000 to borrow, 12 years later, they come back and give you $12,000. You wouldn't be very happy now, would you? You gave them $25,000 and you're expecting extra money for giving them the $25,000 to start out with. This $12,000 is the extra money that Mark will owe you. And plus, he still owes you that $25,000 that he borrowed for the car. Therefore, his balance or the total would be the $12,000, the interest, plus the principal or what he initially took out, which is the $25,000. So his total or his balance would end up being $37,000. So two things. Make sure you read your question carefully. You want to be on the lookout for simple or compound. That tells you which formula to use. Then you want to read that question super, super carefully. Do we just need to know the interest or do we need to know the total? Remember that and you'll be good.